Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons. And we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons' major, brand new, emerging competitor. A dangerous claw bite opponent coming out, which is the new crowned king of OSR, Kelsey Dionne. Let's get into this. All right, so first of all, what happened? All right, ShadowDark RPG. All right, that is the premier, best product OSR has ever created in the history of the OSR. It defeats every single OSR product that has ever been created. Oh, and by the way, if you're like, well, what about Advanced Dungeons & Dragons? That's not OSR, fool. That's Dungeons & Dragons. We own that, right? Like, come on. Like, OSR is, is until Kelsey Dionne, copy energy nonsense that's like OSC, DCC, Pathfinder, right? Like, oh, we copied D&D, here's the clone. They literally, not a joke, they literally called it retro clones for decades, right? Like, they didn't even hide the fact that this was copy energy garage band nonsense, right? Like, but Kelsey Dionne has changed the game. All right, so let's get into this. So first of all, ShadowDark RPG, the premier, best product ever created under the banner of the OSR. And to prove that, you will find a link below, right, with a playlist of a group of, there's no less than 20, every single OSR channel on Dungeons & Dragons that matters has bowed the knee to ShadowDark and acknowledged it as the reigning premier product of the OSR today, right? And because it matters today, it beats everything in the past, right? Like, I don't know if if you're aware of that, but crusty past stuff doesn't matter. The current matters, right? And until now, the OSR didn't really have anything current that anybody cared about, right? Like, but people care about ShadowDark RPG, and who made ShadowDark RPG? Arcane Library owner, to my knowledge, right? ShadowDark RPG creator. Kelsey Dionne, right? And her Kickstarter just passed $1.1 million. It is the only, to my knowledge, please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, it is the only OSR product to ever get $1 million Kickstarter, right? It is a massive success by every single possible metric, right? And so Kelsey Dionne, so 2023 OGL Crisis comes, 2023 Manic Panic comes, right? The entire, 51% at least of the OSR allies come out and say, D&D be gone, right? And say, we can do better. D&D, you suck. We can put you in the dirt, right? We can defeat you, right? And they talk a whole lot of smack and say all this nonsense about, Hasbro, you did this wrong. Hasbro, you did that wrong. And the OSR is like, and we're going to defeat you, right? And what trots out? MCDM new product, right? Project Black Flag, Orc, right? They all come out of the gate. MCDM, that dude, him and his team are doing a whole bunch of things other than, in their place, other than designing tabletop role-playing games. I think they use the money for their Kickstarters. They do, well, I think they use a good bit of their money for their Kickstarters to just chill in their palace, right? That's my take, right? Like, and I don't think they're, and I think that's built into the budgets, right? I don't think they're taking any money from anybody, right? I think there has been kind of a, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, communication between the MCDM community. You guys don't need to work hard. Put stickers in the book. We don't care. And so MCDM's products are, sloppy, right? They're just sloppy, right? You don't deliver books that you tell people to put stickers in. That's like, come on. I'm D&D 5e. We got real books, real products, real quality, real global scale, right? MCDM, their community's like, you guys do whatever you want. We'll take whatever nonsense you serve up, right? And so it's not on MCDM that their stuff is lazy and sloppy. It's their community has allowed that and accepted that, right? And I mean, you guys relax, do whatever you want, right? We don't care, right? And you can see that MCDM's got some really interesting tweets that in my opinion, that no professional company would ever tweet, right? MCDM's just like, Matt Cole was like, we're just here chilling, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, whatever, And I'm like, dude, man, so MCDM's stuff, you can forget it, right? He'll deliver it, 4 years from now when nobody even remembers what the issue is, right? Like, he's taking his time, right? He's enjoying the money that he was given that he was legitimately given. He's not taking any money from anybody, right? That he was given by his community, whatever, right? Orc, like right out of the gate, they're like, hey, why don't we name our movement after the most problematic historical race in all of Dungeons and Dragons, right? Like, like communicating from the gate, hey, we're a harbor for prejudice. You guys want to come on over? They're off the board. They don't matter, right? Orc doesn't matter. Project Black Flag, right? So Project Black Flag, right? They actually come out the gate and people watch and they're like, hey, here's, did you guys think we were going to work hard? We're just pouring D&D in a new cup. We're scrubbing the labels off and handing you nothing. The only thing we're going to do is we want you to know that the difference between Project Black Flag and D&D 5e is that Project Black Flag is quite literally uninspired. There's no inspiration in it, right? Like it was almost like a troll. It's absolutely incredible, right? So really, really interesting. So then, right, Kelsey Dionne comes out with ShadowDark RPG, and this thing is truly innovative. Really is not an OGL product, is disconnected and stands on its own 2 feet, and has a real. You might be looking at the second Gary, right? This is Kelsey Dionne is a person who has has already made OSR relevant again, right? And by delivering, and here's the issue, right? 2023 OGL Crisis, January was 1 month of spout whatever you want out of your mouth, right? February 2023 was like, okay, got it. You guys had lots to say. Now is the shut up and put up part, right? And when it was time to shut your mouth and put something up, which Project Black Flag legitimately did. Has Orc done anything yet? I haven't seen anything of significance. And then MCDM, all he's got is ideas, right? Ain't nothing to even look at, right? In that moment, in the shut up and put up era, Kelsey Dionne put up. She hooped it up. Slam dunk on every OSR creator out there. Dunkity dunk, in your face, teeth bared, right? Embarrassed in the paint. Every other OSR creator, right? And she's like, this is how it's done. Give me the crown. Bang, right? And that's it. She's done. The crown's on her head. All she wrote, baby, right? Like, so OSR got a king, and her name is Kelsey Dionne. You're like, well, Scott, wouldn't that make her the queen? No, like, she the king, right? Because unfortunately, king and queen was very gendered, and the queen only reigned when the king was dead, right? Kelsey Dionne is not a queen. Kelsey Dionne is the king of OSR. She has put every other OSR creator, bend the knee. Get down, bend the knee. I'm the king. I got the sword. I got the plate mail. Y'alls are subjugated to me, right? She embarrassed them with action. Every other OSR creator is like, blah, 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 blah. You guys, D&D, you suck. I have 0 sales and nothing that excites anyone, but I can still say you suck. Blah, word, blah, 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 words, blah, blah, blah. Kelsey Dionne, action, million, records, broken. I'm the second Gary. Like, she's shouting it, right? Like, she's like, I'm here. Y'all bow down. Here's the headline. Kickstarter 1 million. The OSR has a king for the first time ever. We know what the OSR is for the first time ever. OSR rules, and they do literally rule right now. They are really putting something up and saying we are going to be real competitors for D&D, right? And there's real innovation here, and there's something to actually be excited about for the first time ever in the OSR. And it's not connected to a trailer crapload of prejudice. And the excitement isn't about excluding races. It's actually about innovation and something actually cool, right? That's exciting. That is true progress. Kelsey Dionne. So here's the headline. $1 million Kickstarter. The OSR has its first king, Kelsey Dionne. Okay? And the only reason I'm not, she, of course she's a woman, right? And I would apply the term queen, But when I say OSR Queen, people will legitimately ask, where's the OSR King? There is no OSR King other than Kelsey Dionne. She is the supreme leader. Nobody needs to die for her to rule. She's ruling now. So check it. Kelsey Dionne is the clear, present, and perhaps, and she is the clear and present OSR King. Bow down. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.